I have to be honest and say that
my football team, we're actually having a disaster. Category 5 disaster at Stamford Bridge this season at Chelsea. What the hell has happened? Champions last season by a country mile. This season, from day one, it's been awful. I'm a Chelsea fan and I'm here to resurrect our season on FIFA 16 career mode. And you may be wondering what the hell happened to the Bournemouth career mode, because all of a sudden it just dropped off the face of the earth. You didn't upload it anymore. Now, what happened with the Bournemouth career mode was I had 2 episodes recorded. I went to watch them back and to edit them, and the audio files are corrupted, so there was no audio whatsoever for 2 episodes. Chelsea got beat by Bournemouth, and I just thought, you know what? I've tried to edit a video for Bournemouth career mode that was faulty. They beat us at Stamford Bridge. Maybe it's not written in the stars for me to do a Bournemouth career mode. Let's start the Chelsea one. So we are here today with episode number 1. Obviously, many questions have been asked this season about Chelsea's squad. Is the squad good enough to be able to retain the Premier League title? Now, when you look at it on paper, you don't see any reason why not, but obviously there's been a lot going on in the camp which suggests that that is just not possible, and at this stage in time, we'll be lucky to finish in the top half, let alone the top 4, or even win the league. We're 100% not going to win the league. That is completely and utterly just not even in the question anymore, to be quite honest, but in this career mode, obviously, we are going to try. Right then, the Chelsea of last season, something that was really pivotal with us winning the title last season was the fact that all of our transfer business was done before the start of the season. So that is something I want to try and put into this career mode. I want to make all my signings before we get into the games. I'm going to skip all of the friendlies. So we're going to simulate the preseason tournament. It's worth like 8 million if we win it. But we are going to skip those matches. Maybe if we come up against the Barcelona or a PSG, I might give that one a little game. But in this episode today, it's all about making the right signings. It's all about making the team ready to go on and attack the Premier League. So I'm going to call my dad, who is a Chelsea fan, and he's obviously been very vocal with me about his opinions this season on who's not played well, who he thinks we should have bought and things like that. So we're going to give him a ring, see if he's got any sort of influence with me as to who we can go and sign and which players maybe don't deserve.
Hello, mate.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Just a quick question. Obviously, I know we're going to Chelsea-Sunderland, but is there any players in particular this season that you think have been just really bad?
Well, Hazard's not performed, has he? And Costa.
You wouldn't really want to drop Hazard, though, would you? Maybe drop Costa, though.
Definitely drop Costa, I think. He's overweight and he's been eating too many pies over the summer.
Okay, what about anyone else?
Terry's getting a bit slow now, but I still think this is his last season now. I think this should be Terry's last season. But he's all right. Terry's doing all right.
Right.
Who else is there? But even Oscar's not performed brilliantly, has he?
No, I guess Oscar's place is a little bit up for grabs as well. What about players that you reckon they should sign if it was to be to make it better?
Might be an interview there.
Sort of.
Who would you pick now? Who would you pick? Yeah, they want a new forward. You know that. New forward and the centre defence, Stone.
John Stones. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for that. I'll give you a proper ring with a proper conversation later on. Or later on the weekend.
Catch you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. My dad basically said what we already know. Chelsea need another striker. We need another defender. John Stones, or bloody Stone, Pebble, as my dad liked to call him. I know on FIFA 16 he doesn't actually sell for the same ridiculous price that Everton put on him at the start of the season. By the way, I don't actually think that is a ridiculous price for Stones. He's shown this season that he is really a world-class centre-back. If we'd have bought him at the start of the season, would have reassured that defence and Chelsea wouldn't be in the position they're in. Now, I'm going to offer 10 million. I know that isn't going to be enough, but I just want to get my bearings because I'm not actually entirely sure how much he actually goes for regularly on career mode. Also a striker. Now, I don't think really Tony Watt from Cardiff is up there as one of my main targets. Callum Wilson, obviously we know from the Bournemouth career mode, is pretty good. But I think in Chelsea's instance, for a team that are looking for the title, should be looking for the title, we're going to need to spend some money on a seriously world-class striker. And in my opinion, there is not very many better in Europe right now than Mr. Lacazette. Let's go and see how much we would have to spend on Lacazette from Lyon. An awesome player on FIFA and a pretty decent player in real life as well. He's not going to go for that price, but we're going to offer 20 million just to get our bearings. 35, oh God, between 35 and 40, I'm a little bit off. Okay, we didn't expect it to be accepted, but the transfer offer for Lacazette has been rejected. Let's go and see if we can push the boundaries a little bit more with a £33 million bid. Just under what we should be expected to be paying for Lacazette. 14 million for Stones. Okay, we offered 10. We're just going to bump that up to 13.5 and see if we can get John Stones for what would actually be a little bit of a bargain, to be quite honest. I love using him on Ultimate Team as well. So hopefully he is going to be decent for us. Oscar's going off for Brazil, Falcao for Colombia, blah, blah, blah. Okay, match number 1 in the Invitational Cup is against Melbourne City. We are going to simulate this one, auto-replace the unavailable player. That is the team we're going with. Oh my way, he's put Casey Palmer in the team. What is he doing? Okay, let's just watch it go all the way through. PSG are losing to Roma. Mohamed Salah, a player on loan from Chelsea. Inter Milan and Sydney FC are the other teams in our group. Willian equalises after Partalou has given them the lead. Kennedy, that's the man I put in, makes it 2-1. Hopefully this isn't going to be a tense affair and there's going to be nothing else to it. Maybe get a third goal. Come on, John Terry's come on for Gary Cahill. No more goals at the moment. Come on, Chelsea, hold on. 2-1 win against Melbourne City. First simulation, Fabregas makes it 3-1. That is what we were after. Good start to the pre-season tournament with the simulation. Fabregas as well, a player that maybe shouldn't be in the team, according to me particularly. My dad didn't really mention Fabregas, he said Oscar. Right, 100 grand a week, crucial first team player. It looks as though Lacazette is going to be one of our first signings, and as well as that, we're also going to offer a contract to John Stones, a 4-year deal as an important first team player, and that is 2 players for 2 positions that Chelsea have struggled in, that we're hopefully going to have some very decent backup. Sydney next. Inter Milan win 4-0 and an 84th minute goal from Tavares manages to get Sydney a draw, which means now we go into the last game against Inter knowing that we're not quite through. Big news, we have now signed Alexandre Lacazette, we have signed Lacazette, and we have also now gone ahead and signed John Stones, so what I can only describe as a £13.5 million bargain. I'm going to go and make some changes to the team for the game against Inter Milan, which hopefully we win so that we progress into the latter stage of the tournament. I'm not too bothered though, because obviously I just want to get into the season and start winning league games, which is the most important. 4 million for Mikel. Do you guys know how many goals he scores? Okay then, for the game against Inter Milan, we're going to keep Thibaut Courtois in goal. We're going to bring John Stones to partner Kurt Zouma in the middle. Ramirez is going to come into CDM, pushing Fabregas into the central attacking midfield area. We're also going to give a debut, an unofficial debut, I guess you could call it, to Lacazette up front. Hopefully, these changes are going to be the ones to deliver us a place in the next round of the pre-season trophy against Inter Milan, who are actually looking pretty good at the moment. They've won both of their opening games. It's all good. We've won the group. We've beaten Inter Milan, 7 points. Now, Diego Costa, 33 million. I'm keeping him at Chelsea. I don't care. He may not be in my first team plans for the start of the season simply because of current form in the Premier League, which is obviously going to be swaying my decisions at the start of this career mode. But we're going to keep Diego Costa. He's still got a place at the club. Wow, Roma did not have the easiest group. Sevilla, Barcelona and PSG. And there's me chilling with a couple of Australian teams. No offence. Mikel's coming on. Willian makes it 3-0. This is just too good. We're going to be probably against Barcelona next, or PSG. Lacazette gets a second. That is an absolutely thumping pre-season victory. Tournament or not, that is pretty good. We've beaten Roma 4-0. And we go into the next round. Okay then, apologies for the sort of premature ending to the video. We actually were beaten 2-0 by Barcelona. They convincingly beat us, and there was a problem with the camera file, and I didn't want the video to just be like all of a sudden no camera and really weird audio synchronization issues. So we were beaten by Barcelona, and the next episode is going to begin when we actually start up the season. And what I want to know from you guys here for episode number 1 is A, what players you think for Chelsea this season have really struggled and don't really deserve to be in the team. Obviously, when I spoke to my dad on the phone, he said Eden Hazard, but I think Hazard is too good of a player not to actually play in this career mode. Obviously, Oscar, Fabregas, questions have been asked about them. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below, specific players, and as well as that, what are the positions? Obviously, we've got Lacazette and Stones now to strengthen up the centre-back position and also the strikers. Is there anyone else you think we should sign in this career mode? Let me know in the comments down below. Drop a thumbs up on the video if you're excited for the next episode of the Chelsea career mode, and if you guys really love this, I am super stoked to record it, so let me know and I'll be sure to upload one very soon. And I promise you this one is not going to end prematurely due to problems with Elgatos and cameras. Even though we've had camera issues today, I'm going to fix it and it's going to happen, and hopefully Chelsea aren't going to get relegated, which I guess a lot of you guys want to happen. But in my case, this career mode is my saving grace at the moment because we're bloody awful. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Yep. Yeah, right. Little hint, if you're ever going to go into an Apple store and you want to charge up your own laptop, don't unplug the Apple ones because it sets off an alarm And yeah, you get some really dodgy looks from security because yeah, I unplugged their laptop to try and plug mine in.